Hey everyone, so today I'm going to address a question I get asked a lot in my practice. Should you eat raw food or should you eat cooked food, and what's the difference and what would be best for you? Welcome to Motivational Monday, where you can learn how simple shifts in your habits can lead to profound results in the way that you feel and in the way that you look. So I get asked this question a lot because there's a whole industry that's come up on raw foodism and the benefits of doing a raw food diet. So people have reported cases of healing cancer or reversing heart disease, really extreme healing results through the use of a raw food diet. So I think a lot of people watch that information and try to adopt it for themselves, and oftentimes they don't necessarily feel better. So I get asked the question a lot: should I do a raw foods diet? Should I do a cooked foods diet? What would be best for me? And it's not such an easy thing to answer, but I'm going to do my best to answer it for you today. So there are a lot of benefits to eating raw foods. You get lots of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and very specifically and more importantly, you get these enzymes that are naturally contained in those foods that help you process those foods, absorb their nutrients more efficiently, and help you with detoxification processes in the body. When you cook food, you destroy all that enzyme capacity and you reduce the amount of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants contained in those foods through the cooking process. So having lots of raw food can be incredibly beneficial to your health, specifically because you get this huge amount of great nutrition straight into your cells. But that's if only you can digest it and absorb it properly. For some people, a lot of raw food can be really upsetting to the gastrointestinal tract, so it may not be right for them. So while everything I just said about raw food might be true, here's another idea to consider and contemplate when you're deciding which approach is best for you. According to Chinese medicine, and although I'm not a doctor of Chinese medicine, I do follow it and I go to an acupuncturist, and it's something that I am as interested in as I am about straight out nutrition. Healing in the body is like yin-yang. It's about creating a balance in your body. If you overwhelm one system, you're depleting another one. So they're constantly looking at how can I maintain a healthy balance in the body. Digestion in Chinese medicine takes place in an area that requires an amount of heat. There's heat here that helps you digest that food. So digest it, assimilate the nutrients, and then eliminate it. When you take in a lot of cold food or eat large, big, cold salads in Chinese medicine, the idea is that cold food is putting out that digestive fire. It's extinguishing it, which then forces the body to come up with more heat to first heat itself back up again and then digest that food and get the nutrition out of it. So in that way, it is seen through Chinese medicine paradigm that you're actually extinguishing a digestive fire that's essential for you to get proper nutrition, which contradicts entirely with the raw food. So what do you do and what would be best for you? So here's the way I would approach it, and this is the way that I suggest my clients approach it. If you have any sort of irritable bowel syndrome or any sort of inflammatory bowel condition in your body that leaves you feeling constipated or have diarrhea or heartburn or anything like that, then you might have difficulties digesting raw food. I hear from my clients often that when they eat a big salad that they get cramps or they get depleted, or sometimes it comes out completely whole in their stool when they go to the bathroom. So if any of those things are happening when you eat a salad, then obviously that's not the way to go for you. If you feel lots of indigestion or lots of pain and burning or gassiness, then having a big green drink can actually aggravate all of that. So what you want to do is in that case, if you have an inflammatory bowel condition, you want to eat lightly cooked vegetables instead of eating raw vegetables, because lightly cooked starts to break down some of that fiber a little bit to make it a little bit easier for your body to digest. You also want to chew thoroughly so that you don't get any of the secondary effects of eating lots of, let's say, cruciferous vegetables like gas and bloating and indigestion. So lightly cooked, ideally steamed or roasted for just a little while, but the less you cook it, the more enzymes you're going to maintain, and you're also going to help maintain a lot of the vitamins and minerals and antioxidants contained in those vegetables. Now, if you have a healthy and robust digestion and there's no issue whatsoever, then you would absolutely benefit from having a salad a day. or having a big green drink every day. In fact, those are 2 dietary guidelines that I recommend for so many of my patients when I know that their digestion can tolerate it. There is no better way to get tons and tons of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and enzymes than having a big green drink every day. It does amazing things for your skin, for your hair, for your immune system. Having a big salad every day is a great way to get lots of roughage and lots of diversity in the way that you're eating from the vegetables that you're consuming. So if you are overall healthy and have no digestive distress, then absolutely go for it. Include more raw food in your diet. But if you have any weakening, any issues with your digestion, then start with lightly cooked food first, and then maybe after time, practice. Bring in a salad, see how that feels, or do a small green drink and see how that goes. Start to get to know your body. Give it an opportunity to heal, and then adapt as you go along. If you can't digest raw food right now, it doesn't mean that you never can digest raw food, that's a permanent state of being. You can heal that, and then over time, you can eventually graduate to including some raw food in your diet and creating a combination of the two. What's indisputable and absolutely the truth is that you cannot go wrong by including more vegetables into your diet. As a country, we definitely do not eat enough vegetables. They're not valued in any way in our dietary palate. So it's really important that you start doing that no matter how you get it, whether it's from raw vegetables or cooked vegetables. You really want to include more vegetables in your diet overall. The dietary guidelines, I find, are not sufficient. You really want to shoot for about 7, 8, 9 servings a day, because if you think about it, just half a cup of broccoli is a serving. That's smaller than my fist, and that's pretty easy to consume. 1 cup of leafy spinach is a serving. Again, very easy to consume. So you want to look at how much you're eating in general, how many vegetables you're eating, and slowly start to incrementally increase the amount, whether it's from raw food or cooked food. And like I said, just be careful to take care of yourself so that you don't overdo it, but slowly start to increase your vegetables anyway, and then over time graduate into maybe a raw green drink or a raw salad and see how that feels for you. So many health concerns can be prevented or maintained by having adequate vegetables in your diet. So I'm going to do this, and I've done it before with other videos. I'm going to include on the blog serving sizes to vegetables so that you know how much you have to eat to get a serving size. Take an assessment of that, see how many you're getting right now in a typical day, and then start to incrementally increase. I can't tell you how many times I see people who think they have a healthy diet and they're getting between 0 and 2 servings of vegetables a day, and that's just simply not enough. You want to have at least 7, which is slightly above the dietary guidelines, and if it's possible, have even more. And mix it up. Have some cooked if you need to, include some raw over time, but as you go along, see what you can do to integrate more vegetables into your diet. So I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever done a raw food diet? And if so, what experiences did you have eating a raw food diet? I did it once for about 6 months, and I have to say I felt amazing and I really loved it, but I can also say that as a lifestyle, it seemed a little bit too much for me. I also live in a very cold climate in the winter, and I just thought that there wasn't enough warmth for me. But I did love it for short periods of time, and I would love to know what your experience is with raw foodism if you've done it for any length of time. Or if you ever have problems digesting raw food, I would also be curious to hear how you navigate that and how you manage that. But whatever you do, I want to hear in the link below what works for you. Also, I want to hear how many servings of vegetables have you figured out that you're having a day, and can you commit to increasing? And if so, to what amount? Put it in the blog below, because what I'll do then is follow up with you and see how you're doing in a few weeks' time. So thanks so much for tuning in. It's always great to be with you on Monday. If you like tips like this and you're looking for more of them, then come on over to barbaramendeznutrition.com and you can sign up for the mailing list there. Once you do, you will automatically receive an email from me every Monday with either a written or a video blog with a recipe, a suggestion, or some motivational tip to help move you closer to your health goals. You can follow me on Facebook or Twitter, and if you know anybody that would benefit from this information, please pass on the info to them. Thanks so much. Have a great Monday and a wonderful week, and I will see you next time.